Cat's Cradle here. I haven't done a garden tour in a while, so I'm going to just show you the growth on these thornless blackberries. Got a good many blooms on them really for the second year. Here's some that are already trying to make berries. Awesome. Okay, I'll move around the yard a bit and show you something else. Here's 2 rows of onions. Boy, they were little bitty tiny when we put them in. They're really up and looking nice. Put straw under them. There's another little partial row. Here are potatoes. They're looking good. There's some volunteer tomatoes in between there as well. I'll leave those. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. The potatoes that get the most sun, of course, are the biggest. There's some that get partial shade in the morning, and they're a little smaller. Good morning, Maybelline. Mabel. Good morning. Yes, I know. So that's the potatoes and onions. Okay, let me move around again. You can just barely see this, but there is lettuce coming up here. There's some more right there. And then there's a row of spinach that's coming up there. And I showed you in a video this ugly corner. This corner gets absolutely no sun. It's perfect for this hosta that comes back every year. It's absolutely gorgeous. And just wanted to show you what happened to the ugly corner. It's beautiful now. Nothing will grow here except a shade-loving plant. I can't get vegetables to grow here, so I just put the hosta there. Okay, we'll move around. I have asparagus growing all over the yard. I'm not picking this because it's only the second year, but I'll pick it next year. Let me move around and show you the strawberries. Here's the apple tree. Beautiful, hoping it will bear next year. And here are the strawberries that have just gone absolutely crazy. I had some this morning for breakfast. Let's see if we can see in here. Yep. They're all in here. Gorgeous, gorgeous strawberries. You can see how big they are. They're everywhere. They've only been fertilized with, there's like 4 more. They've only been fertilized with worm tea. There's one back in there. Look right here. You're just not going to believe this. They're just fabulous. And I did nothing to these strawberries this winter. I didn't get out here before frost to mulch them. There's another one. They're just everywhere. Yep. Lovely. You can see how big they are. All in here. Look, there's one back in there. Didn't get out here to do a thing to them, and they've just been so hardy. Here's what I want to show you. This is a volunteer tomato. In fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. I'm not sure what this is. Squash or a melon. 5, 6 tomato plants. I'm going to separate these and spread them out a little bit. There's another one. Because there's something I know about this. It's probably a cherry tomato. That's what was planted here. And if it was a hybrid, and I'm not sure, I don't remember what was here, then it may make a beautiful plant and the fruit may not be so great. But if it yields a great tomato, true to form, then I'm going to save the seed from the tomatoes this produces, because 1, I know it does real well if the seeds drop to the ground. It wintered over this winter. It was a mild winter, but we had several 3-inch snows, so it was exposed to some really cold. But I know then that this tomato is hardy in my area and will probably do well. So I will mark all these to remind me that they were the volunteers, and then if they do well, I'll save the seed. There's some sticky weed. That's edible. My rabbits will eat that, so I don't pull that up. This is all tomatoes here under the apple trees. That's my dogs. They probably hear the postman. And you can see they're just loaded with these beautiful big berries. I will send this out a little this coming fall. My goodness. I will send it out a little bit, and I will follow Ironhead 41's recommendation of how to save the plants over the winter, and then I will plant them some other place. It just needs to be thinned out a bit. You don't need commercial fertilizer, folks. You don't need to put those chemicals on your plants. These berries are amazing, and they are everywhere. The plants are just loaded. So, and you can set up, if you go to PaladinPrepper's website, that's my husband, he can show you how to set up a worm bin that only costs you a few dollars. Is there anything finer than eating your own berries in the morning on your cereal? Really. And lots of new blossoms. There's the other apple tree. Looking great. Here's the raspberries. You see all the volunteers that need to be moved. And these are going to be loaded this year. They've bloomed and they're trying to set berries. There's the little heads. We hope to have just lots and lots of them. We also saw some honeybees around here yesterday, a lot of them, and nobody has hives around here, so we're assuming it's from a wild hive, and we may try to order some attractant and lure them in. Here's the cilantro still going crazy. It wants to go to seed. Here's how it does. It gets these little white blossoms on it right here, and all I do is just pull those out so that it can't make seed. I will let it go to seed a little later because I like that it comes back every year. I want it to reseed itself, but for now I pull the blossoms off like this. There's some radishes I planted under these tall asparagus ferns. And that's a tour for what's going on right now. We'll go ahead and get the other vegetables in the ground, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Can you see those strawberries peeking out from under those plants? My goodness. Love being out here. That's all for now. Cat's Cradle.